You're looking at a daily chart of the Nasdaq, and you can see this sideways action for at least the last 5 or 6 weeks here. It's very choppy. Today, is a very tight daily range here. As you can see, as I zoom in here, is actually an inside day today, I believe. Nope, it went below yesterday's low, but just a tight daily range. Very cautious ahead of this inflation number tomorrow. And that's just the market that we have. We're just going to have to deal with it. And today was kind of a sleepy day as investors are cautious ahead of the inflation data. And it just cannot take out this 12,269 from February 2nd. Hopefully tomorrow it can. It needs some volume, a big volume push to get, moving towards the 13,000 level, but it just has not been able to do it. It's still in a power trend. It's still doing fine. It's just taking its time and frustrating a lot of traders. Anyway, that's just the way it goes. I'm going to do a couple themes here today, starting with the medical theme. This is Shockwave. Reported strong earnings last night, triple-digit EPS growth, and 72% sales growth. Very strong. And this, you can see this cup with handle pattern. We had an early entry point, I think around 280 something, and now the standard one is 300, but just a strong stock. There was some speculation about a couple companies buy them out. I don't know, Johnson and Johnson, or I don't know. But anyway, you don't want to deal with M&A. This is just a strong stock and is standing on its own merits. Another one in the medical systems and medical products is Transmedics Group. They did a secondary offering and the stock sold off. You can see this is kind of what it does, though. It slices its 50, then rallies back up. It's done this many times, and it sold off yesterday on that news, and today rallied up to the 50 and got rejected and closed just a tick below it. But I would watch for this thing to rally back through, because that's what it does. You can see the volume was very strong today, and those are opportunities, when they trade down here in the 53 area and the 66 area, and now yesterday was down low at 68. So it's just making higher lows and grinding higher. So that one looks good to me. And so does LNTH, another medical product stock. They reported earnings last week, very strong earnings. You can see the 50% EPS growth and 44% sales growth. Ramped up on earnings, pulled back one day, had an inside day, and now it's climbed the last 2 days, and looks to take out this 100 level, make a new high above that 99.32, and then challenge the 100 level. Anyway, I love drug stocks. I'm gonna take a look at my favorite drug stock, Novo Nordisk, and this one was just flat today, so I don't know why I showed that. Just pulled back to its 10. It gapped down at the open and then rallied back, fought back for an even Steven flat day. So not really much happening there. That's kind of the way the market was today, just kind of a sleepy day. ACLX, this one we had in our, it was an IPO stock. And then it broke out of a base recently, and it just keeps ripping higher, but it traded back to its 10 on Monday, and then bounced today nearly 4%. And that stock looks pretty darn good and trading higher, supporting it by its moving averages. This is IMGN, and this one ramped higher last week and is holding its gains, and it looks a lot like it wants to go higher. PTGX is another one that could have some news here. This one's consolidated a nice little base here. Want to see this thing flatten out here for a couple of days and then blast higher, but we'll see. They need good news. And this is RETA Pharmaceuticals. This one gapped higher and is just trending higher and being supported by its moving averages. That's what you want to see in a trending stock. I'm going to go to the home builders, and since it's a builder stock, I'm going to go to Builder First Source. This one gapped higher last week. Just look at the trajectory of this. This is ascending base and broke out, and it's just, instead of just if you look at the trajectory here of the path, right, the path of appreciation, and then all of a sudden it gets here and it goes straight up. So that is not sustainable, I don't believe. maybe it'll go to 130 or 140 like Super Micro, but you know, it's now 59.2% above the 200. It's getting a little heated there, you know, especially for this type of a stock, 9.2% above its 10. So it's kind of out of character, but we'll take it. Congrats to the longs. Green Brick Partners, this one is just ridiculous. Gap tire last week, and he's just adding in his gains. You could see every day it just closes at the high, closes at the high, closes at the high. Now it's a pretty thin stock, but it's been getting volume lately. You can see the massive volume coming in, and that's not Aunt Sally buying that stock. That's one of the home builders that is a big winner in 2023. So is TriPoint Homes. Both of these are up, you know, tremendous amount, and it's just trending higher. I mean, maybe, I don't know if I wanted to buy this thing, I would wait to a pullback like right here to the 21, but doesn't look like it wants to do that for a while. The home builder stocks are really strong, and DHI is one that we had on our watch list. But this one, same thing, you know, just gap higher, and it's a little extended, pulled back to its 10, forming a little shelf here. Wonder what that looks like on the weekly. Yeah, this is looking like a little, almost like a 3-week type pattern here, but that looks really good. DR Horton, that's one of the larger market cap here, 37 billion market cap in the home builder stocks. Well, the session today was sleepy, but after hours, we're getting some fireworks here. And I just wanted to go over a couple of stocks. One is Celsius, you know, with a really strong earnings report, up nearly 7% after hours. And you can see it's formed this base on base pattern. And the old high is like 122 something. So we'll see if it can take that out here in the coming days. So congrats to the longs at Celsius. Exact Sciences, this is one that we had on our watch list. I took it off. It just was a sleepy stock. It took forever. If you look at the consolidation pattern here, and finally, boom, she goes 7% after hours. So congrats to the longs there. That one looks good. They had a really strong earnings report. Flywire, this is another one that I had on earnings watch list, which is just taking forever, just choppy sideways action, and you really can't get ahead of you can't front run an earnings report, because you can get slammed. We've seen a lot of stocks imploding on earnings. So, but this one looks to break out of a base tomorrow, just like Exact Sciences, up 7%. So that's what we want to see. We want to follow those stocks that are breaking out of bases. Duolingo, another one, up 3% after hours, reported strong earnings. This one capped down, let me see, last week, yeah, on the Chegg earnings report, Chegg saying that ChatGPT is taking over the world, and you know, it's going to hurt their business. But I think that's probably specific to Chegg, and Duolingo. I don't use it, but what I understand is a great product, and I kind of doubt ChatGPT is eating into their market share just yet. I mean, apparently, you know, the earnings were well received. 138 after hours. So we got a lot of stocks to look forward to tomorrow. That's it for today. Of course, the inflation report is going to be, you know, a big driver tomorrow. So anyway, we never give up.